So today is going to be, I think, a little more on the energy healing side, but will also involve somewhat of a reading. Um, so I was really inspired this morning by the universe basically communicating to me that you have to see you. Like, it's really important for you to see yourself more clearly. And when you do, that helps you to see sort of the magic, the power of the universe and things supporting you even more. So, if you have been struggling with not being able to see sort of the magic of what's really available to you, um, it can likely be because you aren't seeing yourself as who you really are. So, I'll tell you a little story. I have been in living where I'm at currently for a little over a year, and there is a mountain range right near here, and that I see as I go out for like a walk, even when I'm leaving from my house. Um, and it wasn't until just a couple of weeks ago that I finally saw the buffalo in the mountain. I don't mean a physical buffalo animal. I mean like the spirit of buffalo in the mountain. Like I could physically see it. Like now it's super clear to me because I see it now. I know this might sound strange, but it's what I see. And it's been there this whole time, but I didn't see it until more recently. Kind of around the time I've been starting this. um, and today, I realized as well that it's literally part of the mount, the part of the mountain that I see from my room, like from my own window. It's been there the whole time. And as I was sort of reflecting on it, looking at it today, I got that message of like, you needed to see you to see me, right? You need to see you to see more of the magic. So I know I never do intros. I don't know. Maybe I'll lock this in eventually and like have my little thing I say at the beginning. But my name is Jenny Lee, and I have been trained in things like Reiki, other forms of energy healing, but I'm really feeling this sense of sort of doing it my own way. So today, that will be part of it. I will likely be kind of moving us through a bit of a meditation, doing some energy healing, clearing, whatever is appropriate. Um, and it's kind of an experiment. So also, like, let this video, if you come across this, be an encouragement to you that you get to play with your gifts. You get to figure that out as you're creating. You don't have to wait until you like have the perfectly defined way of talking about what you do before you offer that. Um, so enjoy this experiment. May it be an inspiration to you to experiment with your own gifts and your own abilities, if you so choose. So I don't know what it'll be like for you. You'll have to tell me in the comments. Do tell. Tell me what this is like for you. I would love to hear your experience of this reading today and this energy. Um, and you are helping me learn, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for letting this be a two-way receiving, gifting, gifting, receiving. It's been really beautiful to see people subscribe to the channel. Like I don't know what I was expecting, but well, thanks for being here. uh, yeah, all right, so let's kind of get started. So just to begin, I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you, or you can keep looking at my awesome face, whatever. But because I invite you to silence apparently. To be more settled within your own body. Take a couple of deep breaths. Slow it down a little bit if that feels good to you. Maybe you notice in this moment that all those little thoughts that would normally be coming up, they feel just a little farther away. They're not as loud. They don't matter as much. Any little worries, any little fears. Just like, oh, because right now you're centering yourself in your heart, in your body, in your energy. Because today, you're allowing yourself to see you more clearly, see yourself more clearly, embody more of your energy so that you can play more with the universe. And this isn't just some magical thing that never interacts with your actual life. This is to be embodied so that it literally and very distinctly is expressed in your life and through you. What if you didn't have to do anything in this moment? You just relax. Sometimes there can be a grasping for identity, for self-concept, for trying to make the mental construct of how you see yourself. Maybe just relax, because you're not going to lose yourself by allowing yourself to experience more space. So all the cards are coming out. Oh wow. So I invite you, as I do pull some cards, to continue to be in this space of connecting with your own energy, feeling sort of the energy moving as we're working with clearing away anything that does not allow you to see you clearly. The first card that came up was surrender. Surrender. Surrender is not from a place of being disempowered. Surrender is actually really powerful. So I'd like you to imagine this for a moment. Imagining yourself as being your most empowered self and still surrendering. So what that means is you don't let go of your power or your agency to surrender to something else. What you're doing is you are surrendering the effort that's working against you. Like you're surrendering the urgency, you're surrendering the perfectionism, you're surrendering the shame, you're surrendering the judgments you have of yourself, you're surrendering beliefs where you feel like you've failed, you're surrendering timelines, you're surrendering relationships from a place of being attached to them in a way that isn't healthy for you, because the relationships will stand, right? They will stand, especially if they're in a good foundation. But if a relationship is not healthy for you, and you do need to surrender that, because right now what you're doing is you are standing in yourself. So surrendering anything that doesn't allow you to do that, it's not easy. It actually takes a lot of power to be able to surrender. It takes a lot of your self-trust to be able to surrender. It takes a lot of capacity. It takes a lot of skill. So honoring yourself in this moment by acknowledging that you have all those things, which is why you're able to surrender. The next one that came up was selfhood. And I think too, sometimes people can look at surrender as a losing of the self. There's a lot of talk in the spiritual community about letting go of the ego, but it's not a losing of the self, right? You are here as your individual perspective, your consciousness, because you're a gift, because you're meant to have this experience. 11:11, as I said that. You were never meant to let go of who you are to find you, but you can let go of the things that aren't allowing you to really be you. And sometimes they can be big things, like how you view the world. Sometimes they're religious perspectives. That was part of my own journey. Sometimes they are letting go of the story that you can't do something or be something because you've taken that on from other people's perspectives. Selfhood means that you are standing in what you know to be true about you and what you are choosing for you. So it isn't even just the sense that you have to know everything you're going to be or become, but that you are choosing you in this moment, and then the next moment, and the next moment, and the next moment, no matter what anybody says, no matter the reaction you receive. And as you stand more strongly in your own self, the energy of those reactions, you'll experience it a lot less. Like you might be experiencing it really intensely now because you care about it a lot and you feel and you put power into other people's perspectives and their judgments and their projections, but you're not going to care as much or even at all at a certain point because you will be so solidly within yourself. And right now you're breathing into that, allowing more of that to be released. You are leaning into your own rhythms. It's an interesting artwork too, where she's holding this, maybe it's a drum, maybe it's something else. She's holding the sword, she's doing a ritual or something over here. There's so many different expressions of you. They all don't have to be happening at the same moment. You can allow for that rhythm of who are you now? Who were you before? Who will you be next? It's like a transformation too. And part of that surrender is into the rhythm. So the surrender can be as you're breathing, as you're experiencing this in this moment, receiving this energy, right? Part of that surrender can be to understand that where you're at in this moment might not be what you thought it would be. Or what you, like if you got really used to maybe being the one that's fighting, the one with the sword, but now you're being called to something else. Maybe you're creating, maybe you're resting. It can be hard because you're so used to doing life one way. And so surrendering into change. And not that you won't come back to your power and your fight, you know, that may be important to what it is you do in the world. But there is a rhythm to that. There is a time. And if this feels intense, you can relax into it. I know that it's okay. Intensity is okay. You won't be destroyed. You can't be. Yeah, trusting. So even now, noticing your physical and emotional feelings. What emotions have come up thus far in our practice today? What physical sensations are you feeling? Maybe none at all. That's also okay. But what if in this moment you trusted that? For some of us, especially with sensitive nervous systems, it can be really taxing. It can be really overwhelming to experience the physical sensations or the emotional feelings. So maybe doing some movement if you need to. And also see if you just relax a little bit into it. It's okay if you can't. You also get to be the one that decides how intensely you feel this, right? You don't have to just receive. You get to choose. You can sort of turn the dial down if it's too intense, or up. But especially what this card is sort of calling you to is to receive the wisdom of that. Even though maybe quite often it can be an overwhelming experience. In this moment, what is the wisdom that you are receiving from those sensations, from those emotions? We're just doing a scan as well. So starting from the top of your head, the crown of your head, just noticing. You don't have to relax it. You don't have to do anything with it. You're just noticing. What do you notice? And you don't have to have words for it either. Because I know sometimes for some of us, having words for our emotions or our sensations can be hard. And so what you're doing is just allowing yourself to notice however you do. I know for me, sometimes when someone asks me how you're feeling, I will have to use an image. I'll have to say something like, I feel like a cool breeze. Like, because I don't necessarily have the word for like calm, or like I don't know what the word is for the emotion sometimes or often. And so I just describe it because to me it's more visual. I think very much in images and sort of like movie type things. And also just a sense, like a knowing. And so for you, as you do this practice, do it however you do it. Letting it be a celebration of your unique experience of yourself. So noticing from the crown of your head, moving down through your face, moving down your neck, down through your shoulders, and your arms and your hands, down through your chest and your torso, noticing your back, just noticing your hips, and your legs, your knees, and your feet, and your toes, and your toenails. Can you sense them? Maybe do like shaking it a little bit. Shake your body. Oh, gonna drop all my cards. Shake, shake, shake. Do a little movement, bring that in after having noticed. Shake it off. And now we're coming to a sense of life review. So this card asks you to take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. So this has a lot to do with what we're talking about today in regard to you seeing you. So just for a few moments, and we're going to do this with compassion. We're going to do this with acceptance. We're going to do this with non-judgment. And we're going to do this with curiosity. Taking a moment, reflecting upon, and we'll move through the years. So I'll kind of guide you in this. And it's okay if you don't remember. I don't remember much of certain time periods, right? And it's not so much that you need to look back and remember specific things, just as I'm inviting the time periods to come to your awareness, just receive what comes to you. Maybe it's a feeling, maybe it's a color, maybe it's an actual memory. But we're doing it almost from an observer stance, right? So not to overwhelm you, but you're just noticing, you're reviewing. And from that place of curiosity, compassion, non-judgment, acceptance, love for you and your journey. So taking a breath. Maybe starting way back to the womb. You probably don't have memories of that. Maybe you do. Just noticing what comes to you as you review this time, as you receive whatever you're aware of about your life, anything that needs to be resolved or healed. Even of your time in the womb. Maybe giving to yourself what you needed in that moment, if it wasn't available to you at the time. Maybe healing parts of your nervous system, because your nervous system is created from the person who was carrying you, right? Whatever they were going through in that time. Even having compassion for any parts of yourself that was trying to be the healer for that person. Any part of that you're holding on to, whether they are still alive or not. Allow yourself to release that. You did an amazing job. You offered an amazing gift. But you don't have to hold on to it anymore. And that's not loving them, right? That doesn't mean you don't love them. But it is okay to let that go now. It's kind of intense. Okay? And also know you don't have to, right? Like if there's a part of you that just can't let it go in this moment, that's okay. You can watch this as many times as you want to. Your journey is your journey. It's perfect. This is just an invitation that if you are ready, gently, easily, you are invited to let that go now. Trusting and knowing that you did something really amazing. And so, letting that be for now, moving now into the first 10 years. It's a lot of years. So maybe start right at the beginning and you're just sensing, you're just moving through the time. I'm going to call out the numbers. Just receive, sense, observe, review, maybe offer or receive anything that's required in that time period. So starting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's okay that we're going kind of fast. You don't have to get it all in your mind. It's not a mental activity. Trust yourself, trust your ability to do this. So now moving into the next decade, 10 to 20, lots of energy here, lots of things happening. Parts of yourself, right? As you grew more into your understanding of yourself, or for some, maybe farther away. But that's okay, because you are reclaiming now. You have to feel the energy a lot different, right? I think I'll count it out again. Just play with it. 11, 12, 13. Know too that if, say, you are younger and we've passed the age that you are in this moment as you're watching this, that's okay. Just receive the wisdom of your future self. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. What are you noticing? Just take note. What are you noticing as we move through these time periods? I get for some of you, this next decade was also really, really important. I mean, it all is, but you're kind of like anticipating, okay, like let's do the next one. Because there might be a lot to heal, a lot to receive, a lot to gift to this time period for yourself. So this one, I'm going to let you lead the way. I'm not going to count it out. But I will give the space and I'll hold the space for you to move through this next decade for yourself, whether that be of the past or the future or the current. So this is 20 to 30. Ooh. Yeah. You got this. I'm excited for you. I can feel it in my heart. There's a lot of heart energy here in this decade. I'm going to be adding a little bit of vocalizing, just maybe making some sound. This is just to be a part of your process if you so choose. Okay, now we're going into the next decade. So for me, this is the future. Moving into, oh wait, no, this is the past. I forgot what decade we're on. Now we're going to 30 to 40, right? So also in this decade, like similar to last time, you're going to be leading the way because you are standing more in yourself. Maybe this is the decade you're in right now, like myself. And so this will be an interesting play of perhaps the past and the future. But also just really like relaxing into that solid sense of self. So it's going to go a little faster. I want you to trust yourself too to be able to do like multiple things at once because you don't have to do this from your mind. You don't have to get the imagination right? So like right now, you are receiving what you need to receive from that decade, from this decade. You are gifting what you need to gift to yourself over that timeline. You're congratulating yourself for the different choices you made. You're learning from any of them that you need to heal. But you've made it so far. Like, please acknowledge yourself for that. I know, so I read somewhere, right? Like, aging is a gift. Your wisdom is important. You're at a whole new place. Go watch that video on you're no longer the student, you're the teacher. This really applies to you here in this time and as you move forward. Sort of stir up some of this energy, like receive the beauty of being alive in your energy, expressing yourself, shining your light more and more and more. And we're going to sort of blast that into the future as well, right? So sending this energy into the next number of decades, 40 to 50, receiving, if this is your future self, if this is your current self, awesome. Like just like receiving the beauty of who you are now. Even ways you haven't acknowledged yourself in maybe some time, like acknowledge how beautiful it is that you are here, that you are you. All these things you've learned, all this experience you've had, all these gifts you've cultivated and skills. Receiving, moving through 50 to 60. A blessing too, because we never know how long we're going to be here. Blessing upon these decades that we hopefully will have. And if not, that's okay, because you came here for whatever time you came here, and that's perfect. 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, 100, beyond. All right, so taking a deep breath, coming back to yourself in this moment, in this time. You feel it? So nice. See, look, life reviews can be fun. Just wanting to have a lot of gratitude for you and showing up to this practice, especially if you made it this far in this video. Thank you. As much as you release and heal and expand yourself, you are inviting that for everyone. So please know that it's such a gift that you're doing this right now. I feel that in my heart. Let us, is anything else? I feel like we're just like in a great place to end this video. So take this energy into the rest of your day. It's really light, it's really awesome. I'm so excited. Know that I welcome you back here for future readings, future healings, future whatever we do here. You are part of this community. I so appreciate you. And you are welcome to reach out if you want some more personal support. We can talk about what that looks like. I just, yeah. Have a beautiful, wonderful day, and I'll see you back here very soon.